If you spent too much time on the internet, or the internet from a parallel universe before you slipped into this one, you may have heard of the Mandela effect, named after people misremembering Nelson Mandela's death. The term is given to any collective false memories. Examples include films that have never existed, such as Shazam, starring Sinbad. A team of scientists from the University of Chicago, intrigued by the idea, decided to put it to some actual scientific rigor, as well as testing whether there was really an effect. They aimed to discover why visual Mandela effects occurred. The results were sort of maddening. In their first experiment, currently available as a preprint, ahead of publication in the journal Psychological Science, participants were asked to look at the images of a logo, character, or mascot, including popular examples of the Mandela effect and others that had been added as controls, as well as the original real version of the image. They included several other versions with mistakes on them, made to fit in with the original design as much as possible. This included popular misremembered versions. The participants were asked to select the image they believed to be the original, as well as rate how confident they were that this was correct, and estimate the number of times they had seen it. The image was only considered to be a potential visual Mandela effect. If it was consistently misremembered, people were confident about their choice, and the same wrong image was constantly selected. Interestingly, in the questions which use examples of the Mandela effect popularly cited on the internet, the most popular misremembered image was selected a significantly higher proportion of the time than the original. These results indicate that these 7 images, C3PO, the Fruit of the Loom logo, the Monopoly Man, Pikachu, the Volkswagen logo, and Waldo from Where's Waldo, had not only accuracies below chance, but also specific incorrect versions that were falsely recognized as original, the team wrote in their paper. Thus, these 7 images were labelled as visual Mandela effect apparent. Furthermore, the accuracy is surprisingly low given the reported familiarity and confidence people had in these images, they added. Next, the participants did the correct images and asked them to study them, without explaining that they would be asked to recall information about the image they saw. When they were asked to select between the correct version and a false version, the visual Mandela effects were constantly chosen over the correct version they had just studied. This low accuracy for the visual Mandela effect image set is remarkable, given that participants had just seen the correct image minutes prior during the study phase, yet still chose the false version to indicate their memory, the team wrote. When asked about their choice, those who have selected the correct image said that things along the lines of only the Fruit of the Loom, not the cornucopia, while people who selected the visual Mandela effect image also claimed that they remembered seeing the wrong version a few moments ago. In this example, the cornucopia. In fact, incorrect responses to visual Mandela effect apparent images were more often attributed to memory of the false feature than those matched to non-visual Mandela effect images, which instead tended to be more guess-based. From this part of the experiment, they concluded that a popular source image, e.g. if there was a popular source image of Pikachu with a black tip added to the tail, which it does not usually have but people took it as canonical, was not the explanation of the visual Mandela effect, as it is unlikely that the non-canonical version from prior experiences override their recent experience of the canonical image. One idea that might explain why people are making the same mistakes is schema theory, which suggests that people feeling missing information, say they can't remember exactly what the Monopoly Man looks like, with the information based on our expectation and associations, slap a monocle on him in our minds, and he is known to be incredibly rich. This theory falls down with many of the visual Mandela effects. In one experiment, main image, the participants were asked to select the correct Fruit of the Loom logo from the visual Mandela effect version, the correct version, and one with a false version. They could have picked the correct Fruit of the Loom logo, the Fruit of the Loom logo with the cornucopia, or the Fruit of the Loom with a plate underneath it. The fact that they chose the cornucopia over plate, when plates are more frequently associated with fruit, is evidence that the idea is just the schema theory explaining it. Disappointingly, or maybe just intriguingly, the team found no real explanation for the consistent mistakes. In another experiment, participants were asked to draw the logos and characters, and still reproduce Curious George with a tail, Pikachu with a black tail, and the Fruit of the Loom with a cornucopia. Evidence suggests that some people may be making consistent memory errors, even with extensive visual experience with the icon, and without having experienced variants before, they write in the discussion. In sum, we've revealed a set of images that cause consistent and shared false memories across people, spurring new questions of the nature of false memories. We show that the visual Mandela effect cannot be universally explained by a single account. Instead, perhaps different images cause a visual Mandela effect for different reasons. Who knows yet? But anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.